What's up, guys? So in this video I wanted to explain what a stock exchange is. So that's what we're going to be going over really quickly. This is part 2 of the trading series, and I guarantee you by the end of the series you'll be able to make 5 to 6 figures minimum every year. What's up, guys? So in this video I wanted to explain what a stock exchange is. So that's what we're going to be going over really quickly. This is part 2 of the trading series videos. Here we go. So what's an exchange? An exchange is a place or it's a market where buyers can connect with sellers. Listed below are some of the major exchanges in the United States. So when it comes to the stock market, we've got the New York Stock Exchange. It's the largest in the world by market cap, which means market capitalization, the amount of money in that market. Chicago Board of Options Exchange, which is the CBOE, Intercontinental Exchange, and the NASDAQ. So what is a listed stock? A listed stock is a company whose company lists it to be traded on one of the major exchanges. So to be listed, a company must meet requirements set by the SEC. What is the SEC? Well, they're the police of the stock market. So the SEC is a Securities Exchange Commission, and it's an independent commission in the United States that enforces securities laws and regulates markets to prevent tampering and manipulation. So if you watch The Wolf of Wall Street, you probably saw them step in, do some investigations, and the same thing happened in the movie Boiler Room. So what's the requirements for staying listed? That's a good question. So to be listed as a stock, so if your company is going to be listed as a stock, stocks on the exchange, they're subject to rules, guys, and the rules are regulated by the SEC, Securities Exchange Commission. And the requirements are that you submit quarterly financial statements, which is probably why you see quarterly earnings all the time. You're going to have at least 400 shareholders of 100 shares or more, at least 1.1 million publicly held shares, and then there's application fees, of course, and then companies can be delisted if they fail to meet standards. So interesting stuff there. And then there's something called OTC stocks, which are over-the-counter stocks, securities, and they're securities that aren't listed on major exchanges in the US and are instead traded via a dealer broker network. You could look more into that as you learn a little bit more about stocks. Over here, I don't trade or invest in OTC stocks at all. ETFs, so this is one of the biggest concepts. ETFs are an exchange traded fund. What is that? So it's a stock and it operates by pooling investments. So there can be a technology ETF. The way that works is it pulls together stocks like Tesla, Apple, Palantir, anything dealing with technology. That stock is investing in those groups of stocks, and then you can then invest in that ETF, which indirectly allows you to invest in all those companies. The reason why you want to invest in ETFs sometimes is because they can be cheaper than just buying the actual stock. So for instance, at one point Tesla was trading at $1,000 per share. But if you bought an ETF that was already investing in Tesla, then indirectly you can own pieces of Tesla, and that ETF might have only been trading for $100. So it's a good way to indirectly invest in companies. So you don't own the underlying asset like Tesla, but you do invest in a company that does own Tesla. So it's like a pool of stocks. So these stocks are in the folder of the ETF provider. And you may still be eligible for dividend payments, reinvestments, and other benefits. And then SPY is the S&P 500 index ETF. It's a stock market index. It tracks the largest 500 companies listed on the US stock exchange. And then some of these stocks here are listed: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google being part of the largest piece of SPY, and other companies listed. And then you have the NASDAQ, the National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotations, which many people don't know that. And then it's an American stock exchange based in New York City, founded in 1971, and it has over 3,000 stocks listed. And then you have your Dow Jones Industrial Average, founded in 1896. And then the Russell. So this is one I didn't know about when I started trading. The Russell 2000 and the Russell 3000 index. The Russell 2000, it tracks the smallest 2,000 companies, and then the Russell 3000 tracks the largest 3,000 public companies in the US. So that is all I had for you today, guys. Lock in because we're going to be going over a ton of stuff, but that summarizes it for video number 2 of the trading video series. Tune in to learn how to trade from A to Z, from stocks to economics to trading stocks to trading options and to making a ton of money in the markets. And I guarantee you, by the end of this series, you'll be able to make 5 to 6 figures minimum every year. This is Fit to Flourish, and I'm out. Good morning, welcome to the Fit to Flourish podcast. Let's talk wellness, finance, and growth.